Hey there, YouTube land, and here is my promised Scream Factory video. As you know, I've done Scream Factory collection videos and a lot of Scream Factory videos before. So, what was the spin on this one? Well, basically the same spin that I did on the last two collection videos I did, and that's basically to give my top picks as I show off my collection. The top picks, as always, will be saved for last. And as with the Arrow video, I start off with the DVDs from Scream Factory, and then I go into the Blu-rays. I don't have very many DVDs, but what I did was I had 7 actually DVDs before I go into Scream Factory Blu-rays, which I'll probably upgrade down the road because I really like them. But I'll keep the DVDs because I originally bought some of some of these about because they were cheaper. I just didn't have the money at the time. I was a poor student, and some of them I just bought on DVD because that was the only way to get them around here, and I like the artwork on them. So without further avail, let's just get into them. And first off, the two regular Scream Factory DVDs that I got. One was recently got at a closing out sale of a store, and that was Dead Shadows. It's it's a French film. I have not gotten the chance to see it yet. I saw the trailer for it, and I was really intrigued. I originally was not going to support much of the new stuff that Scream Factory did because I wanted them to focus more on the other stuff, the older stuff, this 80s kind of cheesy stuff that I really like. But they've been doing really well with getting a lot of really old stuff out there, a lot of really cool stuff that I like. I like to say old because it's my era of stuff. But yeah, there's some of the newer stuff. I want to get Beneath really bad. Actually, I got it on pre-order. There's a Beneath Monkey's Paw set that's already out, I think, elsewhere. I think it was originally just a Walmart exclusive, Blu-ray double Blu-ray exclusive. So I'm not sure if anybody already has that. Can you let me know if that's like if they've actually put 2 Blu-rays in there with all the features, or if they just put them both on one Blu-ray? Because I'm kind of interested in picking that up. Now I do have some Scream Factories on order right now. On order are Tales from the Crypt Vault of Horror double feature. I have New Year's Evil on order right now. And I have coming up Sleepaway Camp 2, Sleepaway Camp 3 on order, as well as Mad Max and a couple others. I'm really interested in the Ghoulies 1 and 2, but I haven't really kind of pulled the trigger on that one, or the Class 1984, which I think everybody's getting right now. So my top 5 DVDs in a Scream Factory that I have. And this will answer a question that somebody just recently asked me. I'm going to get to that one. So, Psycho 2 and Psycho 3. I really wanted to have these. They didn't have a lot of features on them, so I was kind of iffy on like the upgrade. There was no new artwork. They had slips, but it's just pretty much the same thing. But I really did like these movies, and I did see both of these in theater. I had a lot of fun with Psycho 2 when I saw it in theater. Psycho 3 was very much a slasher film, and I kind of dug it. I do love Psycho 4, which was kind of like the HBO kind of TV. I can't remember what channel did that TV movie type thing, but it was really good. Unfortunately, they said they'd never put that one out, and shame on them for that. But this was on 2 for 30 one day, and I was jonesing for some Scream Factory stuff, and I wanted to see these movies again. One really great thing about these is the commentaries on both of these. Blah, 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 new tongue. Commentary on both these things are excellent. Great commentary. So if you thought, maybe Psycho 2, maybe Psycho 3, I'm not sure. There's so many box sets of Psycho out there. There's so many like 4-packs and 4 film favorites and 3 film favorites and all that stuff. Yeah, it's worth the upgrade. They do a great job on the look of these films. Beautiful cover art and commentary is incredible. There's also a really cool interview on Psycho 3 with, I think, was it? I got interviewed. I can't, Brink Stevens. And yeah, she pretty much doubled. She did a body double in that one. Next up is Phantasm 2, which is as you guys know, the Phantasm series was one of my favorite series of all time. I hope that the next one's good. I really, really do. But Cosgrove didn't direct it, so I'm nervous. But I had the other Phantasm movies, 1, 3, and 4, and I had them on DVD, not on Blu-ray. So that's why I continued to get them like that. That's why I got my Wrong Turn movies all on DVD and not Blu-ray, because, well, I started collecting them on DVD, and I kind of want to keep it in the same format. I hate changing the format. Now, if a collection of this came down the road on Blu-ray, I'd definitely get it. But this is a really good one. There's a lot of features, great transfer, and it's just a really fun movie. If you're a fan of Phantasm, you know, it's kind of a nightmarish type of thing. I call it like it's kind of like the road trip from hell. I didn't listen to the commentary on this one yet, actually. I really should. But I've watched a lot of features on here. It's really great stuff. And I just love the art on these. Controversial recasting of the lead, a younger actor. But a lot of people actually dug the James Gross taking over the role. Next up was The Howling. I was on my way to Morocco. I wanted this so bad, and I did not want to wait till I came back. I wanted to have this when I came back. And literally, we were going out that day, and Howling had came out on the day that we were going to Morocco. So I looked everywhere, couldn't find the Blu-ray. Then I saw the DVD. The cover art is so amazingly gorgeous. For like months I didn't bother to change it around to the other cover art because this is just so freaking gorgeous. Again, original slip, which is really cool. Great featurette on here with the producer of the Howling series. So you get to hear about absolutely every Howling film, no matter how good or bad it is. He gives you his take on it, tells you about it, and it's really, really worth upgrading for that. So if you've got the MGM, you really got to grab this one. And I was asked today if this is worth picking up. A lot of people rag on this, including Wes Craven himself, to be honest with you. But Deadly Blessing is a personal favorite of mine. It's one of my favorite Wes Craven films, and I'm not sure what it is. It's really kind of a hodgepodge, kind of a mix of different genres almost. There's a murder mystery. There's kind of a supernatural aspect. There's a lot of different stuff in here. The nightmarish things that you would see in Nightmare on Elm Street kind of like start with this, and it had a beautiful cast actually. That's 3 of the 4 girls that you'll see in this film. That's the very young Sharon Stone. Oh God, what's her name again? The actress from Battlestar Galactica, the original Battlestar Galactica. Maren Jensen, of course, the lead actress in the Battlestar Galactica, and Susan Buckner, who most people don't recognize when they see her. That's the blonde right there. She was Patty Simcox in Grease. So hair pulled back, all preppy. That's actually her. She's grown up in this one here. We got her in Sporgnon in here. We have, of course, oh my God, don't tell me I'm going to forget that. Michael Berryman. Just a fantastic cast. Lisa Hartman's in this. Great, great film. And I really enjoy it. I really dug it. Features on it are pretty awesome. And I still got to listen to the audio commentary by Wes Craven, which is a shame that I haven't because, honestly, Wes Craven's commentaries tend to be some of my favorites of all time. So let's get on to the Blu-rays, why don't we? We'll start off with the non-collector's editions first, and we'll go into the collector's editions afterwards. I have a lot of Scream Factory. At one point, I did so much on Scream Factory, and that I had a couple people that used to like message me and ask me if I worked for Scream Factory. I don't work for Scream Factory. I wish I did. I'd have all their Blu-rays at that point, and I don't. I'm not even one of those guys that gets like. Some people are, they've got like websites and they'll have like ton of subscribers and they'll get like stuff sent in the mail to them to review, and I'm completely jealous of that. I would love to have that happen to me, but unfortunately, I'm not that. Don't have the website, and I guess I don't have the viewership yet. So I'd love to. I mean, I would love to get stuff in the mail. Who wouldn't love to get free stuff in the mail, free Blu-rays, which would be awesome. Would it change the way that I see them? I don't think so. Personally. I still only say what I actually think of stuff. So if I like stuff, I'll let you know. If I don't like it, well, I don't. Beast Within. I dug this movie. It's not for everybody. It's Philip Moore did it. He did the Howling 2 and Howling 3. Howling 2 is a personal favorite of mine, not because it's a good movie, because it's a really cheesy, fun movie. The Beast Within is better done than the Howling 2 and Howling 3, to be totally honest with you. It creeped the heck out of me when I was a kid. And for that reason, I had to have it. What is really, really good, and I do recommend everybody pick up, is the Blackula Scream double feature. It's awesome. It has a Newfoundlander in it, Gordon Pinson. So right there, that's extra awesomeness. We got an auto commentary on this one here. There's a new interview with Richard Lawson, who's in Scream Black to Scream, and of course theatrical trailers. But not a ton of features, but good ones. Really great transfer, by the way, on this one here. I strongly recommend you pick it up. Awesome, awesome one. Candyman, Farewell to the Flesh. I was given this one for my birthday. I love the Candyman series, and I actually do like this one a lot. Although I haven't watched this one since I picked it up, I really want to pick a night and actually watch it with probably my son Matt, and just really kind of get in seeing this one again. So while since I've seen this one, I know it's got Kelly Rowland from the OC in this one, so I'm going to be really interested in seeing this. So I think when I saw this movie, I think I knew Kelly Rowland from the soap opera Generations, which I'm guessing most of you probably don't remember, but it was a soap opera for a while. The Dark Half, The Sparrows Are Flying, basically is another one that I really dig. And what's really good about these two, and Monkey Shines, what's really cool about these two are they have amazing behind the scenes things, amazing featurettes. These are the two Romero ones that they put out. These are kind of like Romero's non-zombie films. And I dig these. Not everybody are into these, but I find them fun. And what's really cool about these here are the features on this are incredible. These are ones you think would be pretty bare bones, because Scream Factory has done a couple of bare bones things. And I kind of have held off on some of the bare bones stuff. I'll get down the road if I can get for fairly cheap. I mean, I would like to have Die Monster Die, but I don't want to pay that much for it when it's completely bare bones. And it's called a collector's edition. Why do you call something a collector's edition if there's no features on it? Really, seriously. Is there features on Die Monster Die that aren't mentioned there? Because I don't see any features, and I don't see any reason why we call it collector's edition. So, Monkey Shines, Dark Half, love those. Prison is one I really dig. Viggo Mortensen's in this one. I think, yeah, this is Rennie Harlan, right? Yeah. Cool cast. Late, great Lane Smith is in this as well. If you probably know him from, if you're a fan of Lois Clark, he was Perry on that. He did a lot of these type of roles. And I just really kind of got in. I thought this was a really cool movie. A lot of these are Blu-ray DVD combo packs as well. Again, great features on here. Hard Times, The Making of Prison is really, really funny. You get to hear a lot of different stuff about the film and exactly what went on behind the scenes. And sometimes those are the best stories. Cue the Winged Serpent. As you guys know, I'm a huge Larry Cohen fan. So when this one came out, I had to have it. It was the must for me. Again, not a lot of features, but it does have the audio commentary by Larry Cohen on there, so you got to listen to that. And Cue the Winged Serpent. If you're a Larry Cohen fan, you got to have it. Evil Speak. I'm a big fan of this one, actually. Not everybody is. I know that a friend of mine, Logan Toxic, he was not into the film at all. And I get that. It's definitely not for everybody, but I thought it was a fun film. I've never seen a more hated lead character that's supposed to be likable than basically Stanley Coppersmith in this film here, played by Clint Howard. This movie it's borderline hilarious in some scenes. It can be a drinking game, basically talking about Stanley Coppersmith, and every time somebody hates on the guy, you would be plastered in no time. Deadly Eyes is one that I grabbed during the Shocktober sale. It's one I've been wanting for a while. Lisa Langolis is in this, and she's the reason I'm actually going to have to pick up The Nest, and I'm really not a big fan of insect movies, but I will pick up that one because I do like the actress, and I kind of a completist, so I got to have that. So Deadly Eyes, Killer Rats, done in Toronto, really fun stuff, done by Robert Clouse, surprisingly. Came Without Warning, or actually Without Warning. This is the alternate cover. I really love this cover here, and just some incredible stuff. Doesn't the alien look like the alien from Star Trek? And you know that the old series, when you got the little kid looking alien that's got this kind of puppet creature that he just is to scare people with. Well, to me it does. Alrighty. Not everything that Scream Factory does is completely horror. So here's one that isn't, but I really love it anyway. Swamp Thing. Now, unfortunately, this is not the European cut. That thing is pretty much blocked from actually coming out anymore. But this is a really great transfer of Swamp Thing. It's got some decent features on here as well, and I'm a huge fan of the Swamp Thing comic, and I found this to be a really fun, cheesy movie. Is it the best representation of Swamp Thing? I think the best representation of the Swamp Thing was actually the TV series. They did some dark stuff there. There's some cheesy stuff. There's some dark stuff as well. Nosferatu the Vampire. I love Klaus Kinski. I like Werner Herzog, so that was a must. Not a lot of features, but it does have both versions, both the German language version and the English language version. And yes, there is a difference. Watch the movie and you'll find out. Leviathan is just, I like those underwater films. Leviathan was, I think, was my favorite. That one and Deep Star 6 were my two favorites. I was not a big fan of The Abyss, to be honest with you. But the other two, Leviathan, Deep Star 6, I really dug those. This one, I love this cover too, by the way. It's gorgeous. This has an amazing cast. Legend of Hell House. I'm a huge fan of haunted house movies. Love the artwork on here. Keep going back and forth between the two different art, which is almost exactly the same. It's just one's black and one's white. I know, they're very similar anyway. But I just like the way it's done. Legend of Hell House is a great film with Roddy McDowall. If you like haunted house movies, you're going to dig it. Final Exam is not for everybody. This is a slasher film. Some people think it's an amazingly well done slasher film. Other people think it is a mediocre slasher film. I've been on both sides of the fence at different times. I grew more of an appreciation for this now than I did when I first saw it, actually, because I've been pretty much seen so many slasher films at that point that I was very picky with which ones went into my good category and which went into my watch once category. This one wasn't my watch once category, but actually kind of dig it more than I did back then. Death Valley is one that I had, I'm not even sure if I'd seen it before. If I had, I didn't remember it very well. So again, fantastic little film. It's like kind of a psychological thriller thing with Peter Billingsley from Christmas Story. I liked it. It's a cool film. Vampire Lovers. The only Hammer thing, unfortunately, that they put out so far. And this was a really cheap one. I mean, this was like $14 when I bought it. But I think it was on sale once for like as low as $10. And there's a ton of stuff on here. All the stuff's poured over from the MGM release, as well as having extra stuff on there as well. So it's really, really worth picking up. Great cover, by the way. Final Terror. It's fun. I mean, it's not exactly the fastest movie in the world, but it was really good to finally have this one on Blu-ray. I had fun with this film, so some of these you look into to see if they're the type that you want. Final Terror is something that I really wanted to get, that I really liked, but I wouldn't say that it's for everybody. Some of these are very niche titles, even for the horror market. Bad Dreams and Visiting Hours is something that I do recommend for everybody. It is two fantastic films. Bad Dreams stars Jennifer Rubens. Visiting Hours is a Canadian slasher film that has it's even more than slasher. It's Canadian thriller that has a Michael Ironside, William Shatner, and I think it's who's it, Lee Remick, or who's in that one? Lee Grant. And of course, Linda Perrault, who I was in love with at the time. So, Visiting Hours and Bad Dreams, must-haves. Honestly, they really are. It's a really good double feature. Oh, let's try not to let this fall on the floor. Next up is The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I love this. I actually really did like the remake as well. I went remake. It was kind of like a reboot, reimagining, sequel sort of thing. And it's very cleverly done. So if you like The Town That Dreaded Sundown, you're probably going to like the new redone one as well. There's some very clever scenes in there that go beyond what you expect from an average slasher film. So that's kind of cool. The Evictors on here I actually like better than The Town That Dreaded Sundown. It's a clever little film. Plays very different. And I'm a huge fan of Jessica Harper, so I was very biased towards this film because of Jessica Harper. Horror Show, otherwise known as House 3, is a favorite of mine. Very cheesy ending, but cool film. The killer was one that I think they planned to do more stuff with, Max Jenke. But it was around the time, basically, horror was, especially the slasher genre, was really dying out. This is kind of a, there's another one came around this time called Shocker, with that Wes Craven did. And it was pretty much in getting along the lines of the Nightmare on Elm Street stuff. I had a lot of fun with this movie. I watched it a couple times since I got it already. It found it to be a blast. Lance Henriksen I really like. Brian James just really, he chews up the scenery. Just fantastic stuff. Ninja 3: The Domination. It's if you like the ninja films, definitely pick it up. It's It's a fun little film. It's a Canon film. I'm a big Canon fan, so I get all the stuff that when I see something Canon, I usually try and grab it. Not a lot of features, just commentary on here. I did find this a fun, kind of cool, like cheesy little movie. I know that Kino Lorber is putting out the first two Ninja films, Enter the Ninja, I think, and Revenge of the Ninja. But I'm kind of holding off and hoping that like a company like 88 Films Arrow are going to put it out with maybe some more features and stuff. But I'm not sure. So for now, Ninja 3 is what I got. I'm not big on a lot of Kino Lorber's releases. There's just not a lot of stuff on them. I do have some of their stuff, but I try to wait, especially after getting burned when I saw the Babbitt stuff and then see Arrow put out the Babbitt stuff and just do such a superior job. I hold off. Witchboard. Everybody knows I love this film. I'm a big fan of Stephen Nichols as well, who's actually in this. And he was played Patch on Days of Life. But of course, I was in love with Tawny Kitaen, so who wasn't back then? She was utterly gorgeous in all those White Snake videos. And she does a great job in this film. I really dig this. But actually, the real romance in this film is a bromance between the two lead male characters. It seems so realistic. And you're supposed to be, I guess, and be invested in the guy and the girl. But two guys with their kind of antagonistic relationship and their friendship, it really plays as real. So kind of different way that I went with that. Characterization is really good. Dark Angel. A lot of people probably passed this one up, didn't pick it up. It's otherwise known as I Come in Peace, and it's a kind of like a early 90s, kind of late 80s, early 1990 based action film. This is an action movie that uses, like, there's no CGI in this. This is using all practical effects, and once you see this, then you realize that all this is practical effects. It just really, really gives you a new appreciation for the film and the way that action movies were done. This is the way that action movies were when I was younger, before they all got CGI'd, and basically you didn't have to be or look like an action star to be in an action movie. Back in the day, your action stars were like Schwarzenegger, Dolph Lundgren, who's in this one here. Of course, we got Sly, Sylvester Stallone, Chuck Norris, guys like that. And nowadays, anybody, Shia LaBeouf could be an action star. Because, it's really, the action movies are much more tamed down. They, except, the expendable stuff that's a throwback, but still, this is the kind of action movies that I used to watch when I was younger. It's stuff I used to like. It's extremely cheesy, extremely fun. Brian Benben's in this, who was in a series that I really liked called Dream On, which is one of the first shows I ever saw that showed actually nudity in it. I gotta pick up that show one of these days if it's on DVD or Blu-ray. The best double feature considered by most people for Scream Factory is this one here, TerrorVision and the Video Dead. Most people got this for this whole Video Dead cover, but stayed because TerrorVision is just such an awesomely fun film. TerrorVision is one of the ones, double feature-wise, that I tend to watch most. It's got a great soundtrack. It's just a very fun film. Both of these movies are filled with some features on there, so just incredible stuff. A couple of the newer ones before I get into my collector's editions. I got Dead Souls, and I honestly haven't watched it yet. I know it's a Chiller TV one, and hopefully it'll be fun. It was one they got for fairly cheap, so I wanted to give it a chance. Like, I want to try to get all the Scream Factory stuff, but this one was the one I found. And of course, Cockneys vs. Zombies, which I really did love. I thought it was a really fun film. I think this one's biggest fault is that, I guess, compared to Shaun of the Dead Lot, because it just happens to be a zombie movie that's English, but it's very different, and something that I really did enjoy. Lake Placid I saw in theater, and I had fun with it. This is the way it was kind of done. Bill Pullman, Bridget Fonda, Oliver Platt, but Betty White actually makes this movie, and unfortunately, back then, Betty White was not as big a celebrity as she is now. No, the comment, great collector's edition. I think there's like 3 commentaries on this one here. Just some incredible stuff. I'm a really big fan of this movie. It screams 80s, but it's awesomeness. Motel Hell is another favorite of mine. I've actually got the poster for this one, because that's one of the ones that got through the Shocktober sale, and I ordered it quickly enough that I got the poster as well. It's a great poster. Great little film. It's a fun film. It was on the MGM with Deranged as the double feature. And I do have that double feature as well. But I had to upgrade. This is just a fun film. Darkman is one that, again, I saw in theater. I actually drew a picture of Darkman when I was in doing, what was it? I was doing journalism, and I was drawing pictures. Kind of doodling while I was doing, editing some stories. And my roommate was into art. And basically the teacher came in, the head of the arts, visual arts program, and saw my drawings and asked me to, if I ever wanted to stop doing the journalism thing, to come over and try visual arts. So next year I did actually do visual arts after I finished journalism. But never ever did anything with it because I found out quickly enough that I didn't have enough interest to stay focused and stay talented. See up there, Lauren? That's the guy that's good with the artistic stuff. Not me, definitely not. Day of the Dead, a really great one. There's a great documentary on there called World's End, The Legacy of Day of the Dead. Check it out. This is my favorite of the Romero zombie films. From Beyond, H.P. Lovecraft. I got a real big... something about this movie I really love. And I know that one of the things is I saw this when it came out. And it was very, very influential on me at the time. And not for no small part, Barbara Crampton in the leather outfit was just a dream moment of mine. Kind of like Sybil Danning when you watch They're Playing with Fire. If you've not seen They're Playing with Fire and you're a red-blooded male, you've got to see it. Sybil Danning, utterly gorgeous in that film. A movie that really goes into ways that you wouldn't expect it to. I really love to see that one come up with Scream Factory. From Beyond, great release, great stuff. And the features on this one are really great, by the way. And it's one of the ones I went back on and watched the features on 3 or 4 times. Cat People's got a beautiful transfer. I did keep my Cat People DVD because there's a lot of features on the Cat People DVD that unfortunately Scream Factory could not get the rights for, but this is a gorgeous transfer of the film. They do have some brand new interviews on here as well. I'm a huge fan of this film here. I was a big fan of Natasha Kinski when I was growing up. And of course, as well as Annette O'Toole, and I'm still a huge fan of Annette O'Toole. One of my favorite slasher films is The Burning, and definitely had to make my list. Almost making my top 12 picks, but just didn't quite make it, is Terror Train. And this could easily have gone on from one of those. Apparently there was supposed to be like a commentary on this one first, but it didn't get done, or they didn't get it on there. I'm not sure what happened, but I know originally the commentary was mentioned for this, but they did get some great interviews on here. Terror Train's a really fun movie. It's very different because the slasher actually keeps changing his mask. And I really kind of dug that actual aspect that he does that kind of like, you're not quite sure who he is. And then there's a really cool twist at the end. Which some people say they saw coming in. I'm not quite sure if I believe those people when they say that they actually figured out the twist of Terror Train. Because it's really cool and it's really unique. Fog is another favorite of mine. Love John Carpenter. I think this is one of John Carpenter's more underrated films, especially after you watch the remake of The Fog, which is horrible. It just is a really, really good ghost story. And again, one of his best. Body Bags. Again, I love this one. I searched this one out. This was one I found in Ottawa. It took me a long, long time to find this movie. I had to go. Basically, I had to go to Ottawa and go to a bunch of different stores. And the very last store I went in, Invisible Cinema, which is now closed down, unfortunately, had this movie, and I bought this one with a bunch of other films. Prince of Darkness is one that I hold near and dear to my heart. It's a movie I saw in the theater with my father. It was the first horror movie that we saw in theater together, and because of that, and I love these here stickers. I try to keep these on there. Don't take the stickers off, guys. They're really cool. They Live is one that a lot of people started with Scream Factory with because it was such a wanted film. Such a cool Blu-ray. People, it's a cool movie. One of John Carpenter's, actually, literally, he's known for that film. Aside from Halloween, They Live was one that people wanted for a long, long time. And I didn't need to buy a sticker for it because anybody was going to buy it anyway. But it's an awesome, cute little thing to buy. The first 2 Scream Factories that ever came out were these 2 here. Halloween 2 and Halloween 3. Loaded with features. Awesome, cool stickers on here. Great colors. A lot of people actually gave these up when the Halloween set came out, which I think is a real shame because these are groundbreakingly the first Scream Factory Blu-rays that came out. Hopefully, you didn't trade yours in when you bought the Halloween set. You kept these things because these babies are the original two. The those are the ones that are going to become more valuable down the road. But just have it because they're the original two. That's an amazing thing to have. So, like in your collections, those first two Scream Factories that ever came out. I saw it on Precinct 13. Was one. It was the last John Carpenter one that I picked up. I'm going to pick up Escape from New York down the road. Really do dig this film. Love the soundtrack. Nightbreed, the director's cut. Had to grab this. I didn't think I was going to get the other edition, so I grabbed this one here, and because I really wanted to see the director's cut. And there's some great features on there as well. Lord of Illusions is another one that I really liked by Clive Barker. So there we go. That is not all my Scream Factories. But that is all before the final 12, the top picks. My ultimate Scream Factory picks for you guys. So those are next. So what made the final 12? What were the top ones that I really, really liked? As you guys can tell, I have a lot of Scream Factory. A lot of Scream Factory. Well, these are the ones that I consider the top 12 Scream Factories that I think should be in absolutely everybody's Scream Factory collection. First up is X-Ray and Schizoid. I know that seems like an unusual choice, but it's just really fun films. X-Ray is so good actually that I'm rebuying it in the 88 Films edition on its own. That has some extra features on it there. Schizoid is a fun film. It's got Klaus Kinski, Mariana Hill, Craig Wasson. We've got who else is on this one here? I think it's Christopher Lloyd. Yeah, just amazing cast. Donna Wilkes. So if that hasn't sold you on that one, I don't know what can, because that's just an incredible cast for a film. Unfortunately, the print is almost too good because whereas before, I don't think I saw the killer's face when I was watching it. In this one here, it's so clear that you find who the killer is before you should. X-Ray, Schizoid, really fun double feature, really worth having. And again, this is the Blu-ray DVD combo pack. Well, I love it. It goes into my top 12. Next up is the Vincent Price collection. I think there's no surprise that this is Volume 1. It is in the top 12. It has The Pit and the Pendulum, Father House of Usher, the Mask of the Red Death, The Bomb Dr. Phibes, The Haunted Palace, and Witchfinder General. It's a great one. There's some great features on this. I think it's much superior to the second volume, which I don't know if I'll pick up down the road or not, because I did get the Arrow one, and the Arrow one's way superior to this, but still, this is a great one to have. It's great to see Vincent Price getting the Blu-ray kind of like loving that he's getting now. Great actor, favorite of mine, and one I used to watch when I was a kid in the films, and even the old hilarious House Frightenstein stuff. The Anvil Horror Trilogy is kind of the unsung box set from Scream Factory. This is so well done, so well packaged and put together, but nobody ever talks about it. It's just really well done. Actually has Anvil 3D in 3D TV. I gotta get a 3D TV again to watch this thing on. It's so fun to watch, and Anvil 2: The Possessions is such a great movie. I love that film. This belongs in everybody's collection. If you don't have it, this is a Scream Factory that you're not talking about. That's really good, and it's a shame because it deserves it. Next up is Pumpkinhead. Again, something that does belong in everybody's collection. Some great features. It's a great little film. It's kind of like got a Southern Gothic type horror feel to it. I really love this movie. Just definitely want to pick up. Crawl Space is a weird little film. Klaus Kinski. I'm a Klaus Kinski fan. A Klaus Kinski fanatic. So this one that you should have. You really, really should have. This was a really good one. And the Please Kill Mr. Kinski I would have bought on its own for $10. It's really cool. Night of the Demons is one that is another one by the guy that did Witchboard. This one is just a little bit better. It's just a ton of fun. It's got Linnea Quigley on here. We got Kathy Podwell from Dallas as well. Just a really cool cast. A fun film. Lots of cool, cheesy special effects. And everybody remembers the lipstick scene. And most people that have seen this movie remember the wraparound. That's really cool. Next up is Pumpkinhead 2: Blood Wings. I never thought this was going to be on my top 12 list. But you know what? This movie was such a fun film. The features on this one are so great and so funny that it definitely made it. The interview with director Jeff Burr, The interviews with Greg Nicotero and the gang, really fun. You gotta check this out. Ginger Snaps was a no-brainer for me to have on the list. It's just as a really fun film. Canadian werewolf film did it really well. Catherine Isabelle is kind of her whole like start into the whole genre, and of course she would become like a big genre star with things like American Mary and stuff like that. Just some incredible stuff. But definitely check it out. It's got a great featurettes on here, some amazing stuff, audio commentaries, featurettes, awesomeness. Next up is Sleepaway Camp. I'm eagerly awaiting 2 and 3. I really thought this was a well done one. It was neat to see it and to see the way this was done. It's a gorgeous print of the film. Great interviews. The short film Judy is hilarious. There's a Sleepaway Camp scrapbook. There's a bunch of stuff, commentary. And it kind of helps put the rest of some of the questions that were wondered about Sleepaway Camp early on. So that's also good as well. Dolls was one of my top films last year. Well, this was one of the best releases that they got out there. Just such a small, cool little film, a niche film that a lot of people didn't get the chance to see. It's kind of like almost like a fairy tale in the way that it's done. Very fun. Some great special effects in this film here. Casting all around is fantastic. The score is wonderful. The commentaries on here are cool, but most of all, Ties of Terror making it all just a really great retrospective. Thanks to my good friend Parson Burger, I was able to get this one that I never thought I was going to be able to get. And that is a fantastically amazing Nightbreed, the Director's Cut Limited Edition. So not only did I get the Director's Cut, but I also got the theatrical cut as well. It's got a booklet in here. It's got one of the most gorgeous packaging that I've seen. And it's just so solid and well done. Extremely well put together. It definitely had to be my top 12 list. There's only one other one to go on the top 12 list. And it's pretty, everybody knows what it's going to be. This should be on everybody's top 12 list of their horror Blu-rays anyway. And it's the Halloween set. Extremely well done with the black cases, great cover art. People complained first because they used the poster cover art, and people would have complained if they would have used new cover art and they didn't like it. But they managed to get all the Halloween films all together from all the different rights studios. The only complaints that some people have with this film were some people had problems with with one of the discs. I think it was 4 or 5, but you could actually send that in and get a replacement disc. And people were upset that the Halloween 1 and 2 were on here, the Rob Zombie ones, because some people thought that they shouldn't be on here. I'm a completist, so I'm glad that they are on there. And some people were upset that the theatrical versions of Halloween Rob Zombie versions 1 and 2 were not on here. This was done as a definitive set with all the unrated versions, and that's the way they want to go with it. I respect the way that they did it, and I love the artwork on here. And the features on here are amazing. The only reason you're going to take a Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 to watch more than once is because the complete collection bonus disc is on it with a lot of great features for Halloween 4 and 5. And this has the producer's cut of Halloween 6 on here as well, with a ton of features. It's really worth having. So thanks for watching, guys. I want to do this in under 40 minutes. I'm just able to do it. So as you can tell, I'm a big Scream Factory fan. I love their stuff. There's a lot more Scream Factory coming up. Scream Factory and Arrow and Criterion are 3 of the main companies you're going to see on here. I've started getting 88 films as well, so you're going to see some of their stuff on here as well. If you haven't seen Logan Toxic's video, it's an out and about, and he talks about a digital media, and a lot of stuff I completely agree on. He talks about The Simpsons. I want to do a whole video on that actually, because I'm completely disgusted with Fox and the whole Simpsons debacle with going digital. And I completely agree with them. You never own digital media. People say, well, yes, I own it. I got it on my hard drive, or I've got it on in the cloud. And no, you don't own it. This, own this. This is mine. It's here in my hand. If I want to watch it anytime, I can watch it. I put it in to the player and it plays, and it's mine. I take it out. I've got the box. I've got the book. I have the films, the artwork, everything. This is what you have with digital media. You have nothing. You have a code. You have something on in a cloud somewhere, or download it on something that you hope you can keep, and you hope that there's not going to be any rights issues down the road, like there was with stuff like 1984 or different soundtracks on different films, because that can happen. And that's the biggest scam of all, is people think they own stuff with digital media, and you own nothing. You're paying what I pay to buy a movie, to basically have it in a constant rental status. And there's my little mini rant, so maybe I won't need to do the video after all. Thanks for watching, guys. Say hello to the pin lord in the sky. I better have long gone to bed. Have a great night. For me right now, it's time for tea because my throat's going. I went over the 40-minute mark after all. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what Scream Factories that you guys are getting or are interested in seeing come out down the road, and let me know if there's any of these here that I haven't really reviewed that you want to see more closely. Thanks for watching again. Have a great night, and for me right now, it's time for tea. Happy Scream Factory hunting. There's some great stuff coming up soon.